I'm against the gasoline tax increase, and I understand the commitment that we need to make to fund rural infrastructure. I mean, there's no doubt about it that infrastructure is one of the critical roles of government, and the farmers are not going to be able to get their products to market if we don't finance that infrastructure. This is a tremendous investment and really one of the biggest responsibilities of government. And for me, it's kind of alarming that the government has neglected this responsibility to let the roads become in such poor condition. I believe we have a spending problem in Des Moines. I do not believe we have a revenue problem. Spending is close to $7 billion now, when it was $6 billion when I was in college 5 years ago. So where is that money going? And again, how can you expect taxpayers to pay that when you're doing such a poor job managing their funds? And again, why would any taxpayer want to pay into a system or a government that gives money to Planned Parenthood and abortion services? So I think it's disrespectful to the taxpayer, and I believe we have a spending problem, not a revenue problem. I would work diligently to allocate existing revenue to fund our roads and infrastructure, and I would not hold them hostage for a tax increase. The tax increase should never be the first option. It should always be the last option after everything is already explored. I think there is waste in the Department of Transportation. I believe we can find it. I believe the road use tax formula is flawed. I think it can be adjusted to help the rural counties. I think if we did increase the gas tax, it would still leave the rural counties strapped for cash because the way the money is allocated. So I think there's a lot of solutions to the problem. I do not believe an increase in taxes is one of them.
When we talk about our infrastructure needs, we realize that they're greatest in the rural areas. Now, how to solve that problem is something that will be traditionally solved in the same way. First, we're going to have some leadership from the governor. He's going to have to step forward and say, I will support this. Until that happens, I think we're really spinning our wheels. When we talk about the gas tax need and the rural funding needs, I think we better recognize too that the old system where the user was funding it through fuel taxes is in need of a new solution. Cars are more efficient. Electric cars are out there. They pay no fuel taxes. How do we address that issue? Trucks are becoming more efficient. So our revenue source, even if we did increase the fuel tax, is still going to continue to go down, while our needs for construction projects, the revenue for that is going to be increasing as road materials and so forth become more expensive. So I think we have to wait for some leadership from the governor, and then I think we have to step forward as a compromised group and look at it from that area and see what we can be done. It's not going to be easy, but the road use fund now is constitutionally protected as it should be, and so it's not possible to do much with that without constitutional adjustment.